Hey, hope everyone's Monday's going well. Sort of a meta video today, analyzing how I analyze the meanings and messages for media I enjoy. So, the predominant majority of discussions here in the US boil down to simply this just a simple line. You can only get more or less left/right wing. Not very thorough or insightful, quite frankly. Now, many of you will immediately see that and go, well, what about this instead? And while, yes, it is certainly more helpful both for analysis and discussion with the majority of people that I've come across, I think we can go even deeper than that. So, forewarning, I apologize for my sloppy handwriting, but I cooked up something that hopefully could catch on a little bit more. Side note, I know I spelled pacifism wrong, but honestly, who gives a damn? Anyways, these labels are all pretty self-explanatory, and each line has two markers, meaning along each line there are five different positions. Strong lean towards A, slight lean towards A, neutral, slight lean towards B, and lastly strong lean towards B. Basically, ideally, by having two more axes, we can have more to chew on, so to speak. So let's see how this works with slide 2 on its system. On the authoritarian anarchic scale, I'd give it a slight lean towards anarchic. You go against the law and get things done with the help of a community of others who are also doing so. However, it often paints enemies getting arrested and as like goals and positives for the Cooper gang, and it's not like it advocates for an outright state-free world or anything, so only a slight lean towards that. While I can certainly fight and smack the shit out of a lot of enemies in the game, it is a game meant for children, so there's nothing too brutal. Plus, outside of Clockwork and Sly's dad, I can't think of any characters in the entire original trilogy who have outright died, so a slight lean towards pacifism there. As far as the liberal conservative line is concerned, another slight lean here. This time, slightly towards liberal, I'd argue. Again, it's meant for kids, it's not doing anything way out there, but just knowing how conservatives tend to view theft and flirting with two girls simultaneously, Neil and Carmelita in Sly's case, I think it's fair to say it leans slightly liberal, at least in that regard. While the game isn't advocating for like a global earth-spanning state, just given the amount of travel and international cooperation between all parties involved, both the Claw Gang, the police, and the Cooper Gang, I honestly feel the game leans very heavily towards globalist. Even the ending of the game is like more or less, hey, go outside and enjoy the world, kid. So yeah, definitely not isolationist in any way that I could see. For Dino Crisis 2, I won't be going nearly in depth with each choice because you hopefully get the idea of what I'm trying to get across here of what the system is now at this point and how it can be utilized. Also, unlike the Sly games, I'm intending to someday make a video or two doing some analysis of Dino Crisis 2. Not anytime soon, but definitely sometime this year. Honestly, it's true neutral on the anarchic or not scale, I think. Also, just given the nature of the gameplay and story, it leans slightly militarist. Given how the game represents its characters, it leans slightly liberal. And lastly, given how much bad has been done by global organizations going across even time itself, I do think it leans slightly isolationist in my opinion. Thus, each game on this graph would look something like this. Figured I'd share this. Hopefully this inspires some of you to look at the media you love from a more thorough and satisfying lens. Let me know if you have any input on this, of course. And yeah, have a good one, folks.